This is Financially Fit Business with Ruth King.
Welcome to the Financially Fit Business Podcast. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to the health of your business or your clients' businesses. I'm your host, Ruth King. Here's how we will help you increase the financial fitness of your business today. The AI tsunami is here. Your tech stack will probably change soon to include a lot of AI-driven software. How do you start productively getting what you want and need out of AI? My guest today, Rudy Poe, teaches CPAs how to go from an AI stranger to a confident daily partner, giving you the skills that last a lifetime. Rudy, welcome to the Financially Fit Business Podcast.
Thanks for having me, Ruth. I'm happy to be here.
My pleasure. So let's start at the beginning. All right. We CPAs are being inundated with all this AI-driven platforms and things are changing dramatically. But let's go back to the grassroots. How did you get started with this? I understand you started as a producer, right?
Yeah, a documentary producer for a couple of decades, 2.5 decades. Produced many documentaries about many different subjects in Hollywood. Some were even for financial services. Some were for Hollywood history, just, whatever. I produced over 200 hours of that. So that was a great experience because I developed, all the systems that go into it. It's a technical business. And so while you may think, or some people may think, well, that has nothing to do with being a CPA, but it really does, because I think a business is really about systems and problem solving. And so if you have systems and you're a good problem solver, you will have a successful business. And if not, you don't.
That's pretty black and white.
Well, I mean, it boils it down to the simplest thing, right? I mean, it really is just a series of problem solving and a series of workflows. I mean, this is one of the things that AI has taught me, that a business is really, we put people in jobs and each job has a number of workflows that people do. And so the trick is, how do you help people stick with the workflows, or focus their time and energy on the workflows that are more human centric, and let the machines do the ones that are the sort of the mundane,
Competitive
work. Yeah, the work that is not really fun, or, where your time could be better used.
Absolutely. So you also won an Emmy, didn't you? Or two? How many Emmys did you win?
I did. I won an Emmy. My partner won an Emmy. It was for one particular film. I worked on other films that won Emmys, and so I was very lucky in that regard. It was a lot of work, and it was, but it was a great career. I have lots of stories.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
So your AI journey, obviously production back, 20 years ago or 25 years ago, there was no AI back then. So how did the AI start creeping into what you were doing?
So I've always been I've got a little bit of nerd in me. I took my first computer class way back in 1984, when, Apple came out. I've been a Mac guy ever since, but, it's a technical thing. And I've always loved databases and spreadsheets. And that's how I've run all the productions that I've done. I went on to have another company, which was a healthy pet food company, and I had to design all the back end systems for distribution and payment services, and, you know, um, manufacturing, and all those different things. I was always, in both of my businesses, I was always the one that had the technical, um, skills, I guess. I was inclined to do that. And so AI, when it came out, was just a natural progression for me. I mean, I jumped right on it and I got it right away, and just somehow it comes easily to me.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So you when you started into the AI, you actually started with an on-site weekend class, right?
What when I started? What do you mean when I started?
Well, what
Um,
I'm saying is when you started teaching the AI and using your
oh yeah,
production
yeah.
skills to make it fun.
I've put my production skills to work, and I've created my own course. I mean, I started it 3 years ago, just diving into it myself and taking my own courses. I've taken literally hundreds of hours of courses and gotten these different certifications and this and that. And so I've digested all that and put it into my own language, if you will. And I really am starting with the basics, because one of the things I find is that so many people can benefit from this, but people don't really know how to start. I mean, there's different ways to start. You can just fire it up and noodle around, and that's fine. The one great thing about a good course is it's a jump start. I mean, it's kind of like in a few hours, I can teach you. I've tried to cram as much of my 3 years into a few hours, at least the most important parts, so that it's just a huge time saver, right? I mean, it's a way to accelerate your learning so that now you're already well down the road and now your learning goes even faster.
Well, I think from a CPA's perspective, once they get all of the basics and have somebody just, go through it with them, it makes them a better user of the general ledger AI platforms, the tax AI platforms, and those types of things, correct? They know what
Yeah,
to ask.
absolutely. And the difference, I think, the way I teach it and other people do. I mean, it's funny. I've been running around taking as many beginner courses as I can, even though I'm beyond beginner. Is just I want to see how other people teach it, and most people teach the tools. And to me, the tools are going to change. They change every day, every week, and next week there's going to be something great and this and that. So I teach it as a relationship. So when you're first getting to know, you start to interact with AI, it's like a stranger. And we all know how to build relationships. We meet somebody, we have conversation, we build trust, and we gain each other's information about each other's personalities, our quirks, all that kind of stuff. So I build it as a relationship. And over the course of my course, I go from stranger to friend to best friend can't live without. And that's because you get to know the AI as a partner, or a friend, or both, or whatever. If it's personal use or business use, I think it doesn't really matter because you have to get comfortable with the relationship.
Got it. So if somebody's interested in finding out about the course, give us the website.
The course is called Everyday AI, and the website is ed, as in everyday, AI, .life, LIFE.
Yeah. I love the ending. That's not a .com, everybody. It's a .life. Because we
.life.
use it in life.
It's our new way of being.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening to the Financially Fit Business Podcast.
Financial advisory services are the key to the longevity of the accounting profession. If you want to get started providing advisory services or want a review of a finance course you took in college, Ruth King's manual, Understanding Financial Trends Analysis, might be your first step. This manual gives you the information you need to help your clients with their financial statements, a great start or addition to your financial advisory practice. You help them with clarity on their business's financial health, the ability to spot impending issues and resolve them before they become a major crisis, less stress and sleepless nights worrying about the financial part of their business. Your Financial Statement Trends Analysis Manual is the reference guide. What do you want in your financial advisory services practice? Click on the link below for more information and to order.
We're back. Thanks for listening to the Financially Fit Business Podcast. I'm speaking with Rudy Poe. And Rudy has an online course, which you're in the process of getting it certified for CPE, correct?
I am.
So
And
it's not,
hopefully that will help.
at the airing of this podcast, it's not approved yet. But, think about it. It's 2 hours. And I remember correctly, $97, correct?
Correct.
All
And,
right. So,
if it goes through a CPE platform, which it will, that might change. I'm not sure exactly the details on that one yet, but I'm basically taking the course that I developed as a introductory course for CPAs.
yeah. And so, I think I mentioned this a little bit before the break. These tools are being thrown at us. And they're coming faster and faster and faster every day. But if our basic foundation is not in place, we're likely either to misuse them or screw it up or ignore them. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's a big sense of overwhelm, right? I mean, there's so many tools and so many of this. And again, and that's why I think it's building a relationship with AI, because then no matter what the tool, you still have the relationship and you learn how to have AI teach you. So you're never at a loss. It's not like spend your rest of your life in manuals or anything anymore, because you've got the world's greatest teacher sitting right on the other side of the screen.
Yep, absolutely. So do you So if I'm interested in taking this course, is how many modules are there, and do I need a computer, or how basic is basic? I know you want to make it fun because of your and you should because of your production background.
Yeah, so it's 6 modules. There's about 2 hours of actual, like, video content and 6 different, exercises. Each module is built around one exercise, and each exercise takes you up the friendship ladder, if you will, from stranger to acquaintance to friend and onwards, thinking partner. And I designed it so that if anybody has just basic computer skills, if you can browse on the internet, you can take this class.
So make it easy for everybody and make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, I think once people start realizing that it is fun and not, um, you know, oh my goodness, it's something new I have to learn. Because I genuinely have a lot of fun with it. Dare I say, I've even had, and this may sound funny, but I've had date night with AI where I just have a glass of wine and I sit around and we just chat. you know, Yeah. And honestly, it's been better conversation than some of the dates I've really been on.
I can imagine. Yeah, and I think that's where CPAs, if I'm speaking out of school or whatever, but we're being thrown with so much new AI-driven software right now. It's like we have this tool which can change, and I think you're right. I think the relationship is what needs to come first. And then once you have that, you can make the right decisions and questions and make the right decisions about which tools you should have.
Yeah, and the more you build that relationship, the less shy you get about asking things. It's like there is no stupid question. Again, it'll never judge you. It will always be helpful, and sometimes a little too complimentary. And I've figured out how to turn it into more of a critic than a uh, cheerleader. So
Yeah, I can see this. You dummy, you wrote this wrong. I don't think AI would ever say that.
no, I
Definitely
even have
not.
it. It even laughs back at me sometimes now. It's kind of funny. If I'll make a joke, it'll come back at me. It's like, ha, very funny. It's good. It makes me
So it
laugh.
actually starting to recognize humor, which is interesting.
Yeah, humor is the hard part. I mean, one of the things I've realized about AI is, and something that's really related to businesses, I don't think AI really has what I call common sense. I mean, it is up to you to keep steering the ship. It's not just going to do the work for you. If you do that, you're going down the wrong path. You need to work with AI, not have AI work for you. And it is a collaboration and an ongoing collaboration. And we as humans have a much grander scope of the big picture than AI does. And so that's sort of the relationship quirks that I have discovered, and I'm sure that everybody else will discover as they get into it.
Yeah. I mean, and you bring up a really good point is that you've always got to do oversight with AI. You can look at what the results were, but you got to make sure those results make sense or right, et cetera, because you've got clients who are depending upon your answers.
Absolutely. And you don't take it for, you ask it to check its work, and you should check its work. And I go to different LLMs. If it gives me an answer, I'll go to another LLM and check it, and I'll bring it back to that first one and said, hey, GPT said this. Why didn't you say that? So there's all kinds of little tricks that you can do to keep it honest.
Yeah. So when I was at Engage, which is for your edification, it's the AI CPA show in Las Vegas. I was talking with a CPA who did a lot of forensic things and was on the witness stands and that type of thing. And he said, I have to put everything in ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude and stuff and do exactly what you said. Hey, Gemini said this, Claude said this. And you have to be able to, keep the prompts and everything else like that and all the results and make sure that they're consistent.
Yeah. One of the things I've been doing other than my little classes, I've been building in my education, this new production entity of mine, this AI education I'm building this so that I can run it myself. And so I have this concept of the corpus of knowledge, which would be really relevant to CPAs, where you build out your sort of corporate brain and all the knowledge and all the wisdom that belongs in your company. So you can build this aggregate knowledge base that then the rest of your, new hires, or, as people retire, you don't want all that information to go away. So if you can capture all that and put it into a corpus of knowledge, then everybody can draw on that. And I've been fascinated with this whole concept.
Yep, absolutely. Keep the knowledge absolutely from there. Final thoughts.
I would just encourage everybody, if you haven't yet, to just dive in, dip your toe in the water, and just play with it. It won't bite, it won't judge, and there are no dumb answers. You can just ask it anything, and you can have it ask you questions, and just build that relationship so that you get into this sort of healthy mindset with it. Because I really think it's a curiosity mindset and a future forward mindset, because it's here, and it's, in my opinion, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Sounds good. And give us the website one last time, please.
It is edai.life, Life.
Rudy, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Ruth. Appreciate it.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a business owner improve the health of his company. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-8000 or email rking@financiallyfit.business. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.